This is a fun story. This is a story about a rooster who was getting ready to go to his uncle's wedding. He was so excited because this was his favorite uncle and he wanted to look good. So he was preening his feathers. And he's cleaning his beak. And he was looking good in the mirror. And then he decided to put on a little extra cologne. Now, while he was doing all of this, he decided that he didn't need to eat because he knew that when he got to his uncle's wedding, there was going to be plenty of food. So the more he preened his feathers, his crown and his feathers, his stomach started rumbling and grumbling. But he didn't care because he was going to look good for his uncle's wedding. Yes. So he kept on spraying the cologne, fluffing his feathers. Woo, woo, yes. Turning to this side and then turning to this side. And then he looked this side. He was ready to go to his uncle's wedding. He knew he was going to look good, even though that stomach of his was just rumbling, 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 rumbling. He refused to eat anything, but he was determined that he was going to look good and he was going to dance all night long. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo-doo-doo. Oh, he felt he looked good enough and he was ready to go to his uncle with strutting on that. Hey, looking good. And as I said, his stomach kept rumbling and rumbling and rumbling. And he figured that he could just wait. But that stomach was just making so much noise. He realized he was hungry. And so then, as he was strutting on down the road, hey, 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 he spotted a kernel of corn. But now this kernel of corn was in mud. Now he had just got through looking good, preparing himself to go to his uncle's wedding, and yet there was a kernel in the mud. And looking good, but oh gosh, his stomach was rumbling and grumbling. And he was wondering, should he reach down and get that kernel or just keep strutting on down? But no, that stomach was rumbling and rumbling and rumbling till he couldn't take it any longer. And he reached out. But then there was mud on his beak. Oh no, he could not go to his uncle's wedding with mud on his beak. What was he going to do? Who's going to help him clean this off? He searched until he spotted grass. And he said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo. Say there, grass, would you be so kind to clean the mud off my beak?" He assumed the grass was going to clean the dirt off his beak. And she would say, "No, I won't." What? What? She won't clean the dirt off my dirty beak? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. So then he had to search for something or someone else to help convince that grass to clean the dirt off his beak. And he spotted Miss Lamb, could you come over here for a minute, please? Would you be so kind to start chewing on this grass who refuses to clean the dirt off my beak? So he figured the lamb was going to say yes. But what did she say? No, I won't. What? He was so upset. He just jumped up and down. And then he searched again. He saw a dog. Nice doggy. Come here, doggy. Doggy, now look here. Would you take a bite out of this lamb who refuses to eat the grass who won't clean the dirt off my beak? See, I have to get to my uncle's wedding. I don't want to be paid. Okay. So he asked that dog. And the dog said, "Roof, roof." No, I won't. What? What? Ooh, he was furious. What was he gonna do? Time was ticking. He had to get to his uncle's wedding, but he could not go with a dirty beak. Who could help him? And then he spotted this long, thick stick. He said, "Stick, would you be so kind to spank the dog who refuses to bite that lamb, the lamb who refuses to eat that grass, and that grass that won't clean the dirt off my beak?" What do you think the stick said? "No, I won't." What? What? What was he gonna do? He's looking around, and then he spotted a fire. Fire! Fire, be so kind to burn that stick, for that stick won't spank the dog, and the dog who won't bite the lamb, and the lamb who won't even eat the grass because it won't clean the dirt off my beak. Woo! And what do you think the fire said? "No, I won't." What? What? So then he searched again, and he saw this bubbling brook. He said, bubbling brook, oh, would you be so kind to put out the fire who refuses to burn the stick, and the stick who refuses to beat that dog, and the dog who refuses to bite that lamb who refuses to eat that grass, because that grass will clean the dirt off my beak. And what do you think the bubbling brook said? "No, I won't." What? What? Said the rooster. "What am I gonna do? Time is ticking and I got to get to my uncle's wedding." And the rooster said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, what am I gonna do? I've been ready for my uncle's wedding and now I got a dirty beak. I can't go to his wedding with a dirty beak. What am I gonna do? Cock-a-doodle-doo." All of a sudden he looked up. Something bright, yellow, said, "I will help you." It was the sun. The sun had told him that he felt so good every morning because the rooster would crow beautifully, that it made him feel so good. That's why he rised all the way up to the sky. The rooster just smiled. And the sun was ready to dry out that bubbling brook. But see, that bubbling brook was ready to put out that fire. And that fire was ready to burn that stick. And that stick was ready to spank that dog. And that dog was ready to go after that lamb. And that lamb was like, "I'm going to eat that grass." And the little grass said, "Mr. Rooster, bend down so I could clean the mud off your beak." And is that exactly what he did? And the grass, she did clean it. She cleaned it good. Even looked better than what he had done when he was at home. And that rooster was so proud that he strutted on cock-a-doodle-doo all the way to his uncle's wedding. And when he got there, he strutted and danced all night long. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it was a beautiful wedding. Was in heaven because it was the most fantastic wedding. And you know, he looked good. The end.